Welcome along to episode 824 of the Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. And coming up on the show this week, Jo Wiley talks festivals and looking after your garden. That's on the way. We'll be talking to Central Youth Theatre all about their forthcoming Easter workshops. 4 brilliant days of amazing talent for 7 through 12-year-olds. Cirquoise are along to tell us about their forthcoming shows over Easter. They are at the Albrighton Garden Centre. More on that in a mo. Talking of Easter, we'll be catching up with the chocolate detective as we find out about Tesco's finest Easter eggs. And we talk to the Wolverhampton Sketchers group about their forthcoming exhibition, which is on the way at Central Library later this month too. That's all on the way on the show this week.
Welcome to the Milk Bar. 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 Welcome to the Milk Bar.
Summer is becoming visible. We're starting to see green shoots. The sun has been out at least twice this year now. So we can look forward to maybe getting outdoors a little bit. There's some good gigs around the corner too. Somebody who will no doubt be in attendance at all the best ones is Jo Wiley, who joins me now. How are we doing?
We're doing very well, thank you. As you said, the sun is shining, all the gardens are bursting into life. So, yeah, and music, there's lots to come over the summer. So, yeah, all is good.
Yeah, 'cause, there's nothing quite like listening to an outdoor festival and actually being able to feel the grass beneath your feet if you take your flip-flops off whilst it's all going on.
Yeah, or the mud, depending on what the weather's like.
The research around the fact that 95% of us say spending time outdoors in nature is the most effective way of unwinding. That's important too. A bit of chillaxing is good.
Yeah, I think so. After a really intense day, whether you're working in an office or wherever it is, sometimes you don't actually get to see sunlight in the daytime. And then walking into your house or your flat or wherever, and just decompressing and like stepping away from the screens, because we're all so fixated with screens like phones, laptops, whatever it is that we're looking at. And then just actually stepping out into the garden and connecting with nature is the best way possible to unwind. That works for me anyway.
Yeah, so that is what you do. But have you got your own space? Because obviously, very often people live in towns and cities and don't get a chance to get outdoors or don't have a big enough garden.
No, I know. And that's where our parks are incredibly important, I think, or woodlands. And it's, something that I do is meet up with friends and take the dogs for a walk or do a park run or something like that. So we have got green spaces, and it's really important to actually go out there and to use them and just to spend some time in green spaces. And if you've got a garden, if you're lucky enough, then it's nothing beats feeling the grass underneath your feet. I'm always barefoot, so just walking out onto a nice lawn is a real treat.
Absolutely. And say if when are you're looking after your garden, it's also important to make sure that the flowers grow exactly how you want them to too. It is the sort of time of year when we're thinking a lot more about this and getting our gardens summer ready, because it could well be we're not able to get to the festivals ourselves, but we may well be listening to them on the wireless with a little bit of help from you.
Yeah, I know. I love the whole thing that's grown up where people hold their own festivals in their gardens or their spaces, and they invite friends around and they have screens up and they make a whole weekend of it. Because there's so many opportunities to actually watch performances. So yeah, if you can actually have a nice garden around you with some beautiful flowers, then it makes it so much better. You get the compliments from your friends, and you're all in a really lovely environment.
And often we're looking for sort of low maintenance plants, but even those that are growing up and bushing away quite nicely, even your humble rhododendron needs to make sure that it's fed properly to ensure it grows well.
Yeah, well, gardening is hard work. It's really hard. There's always something to do, whether you're like picking out weeds all the time or you're nurturing the plants that you put out there. And I'm learning over the years, I'm learning the ones that you can put in and you can just forget about. So big fan of things like penstemon and salvias, although they're a little bit more tricky. But it's really good to get tips from other gardeners and go, which ones can't I kill? I'm going to put that in my garden.
That's right. I note around you have floral wallpaper behind you as we speak. So obviously that the theme builds up into the house as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, my garden is an extension of my house. I love a beautiful, bright coloured flower, and yeah, the wallpaper matches the garden outside.
Now, it's surprising. Less than a third, though, say that they spend time connected with nature. So we know what we need to do. They're just not doing it.
I know, and that's what this is all about. Miracle Grow did this research and they found out these statistics. So that's what I'm here just to encourage people, just to get out there and just even if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes at the end of your day, just walk out there, breathe the air, listen to everything that's going on around you. Because quite often we're bombarded by music, by news, by whatever it is, but just to switch off from all that. So stop the screen activity. Don't take your phones into the garden. That's really important. And just let everything just soak over and listen to everything, all the bird song and the sounds that nature can bring. And I promise you, it will calm you down. It will make you feel better and hopefully happier.
Yeah, take a good book outside with you as well. Maybe do it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, listen to the radio because that's something you can do alongside the bird song. It doesn't disturb them at all. I know that from personal experience.
Yeah,
but
that's what I always do. Honestly, when I'm gardening, I always have a little, like an old-fashioned transistor radio, and I carry it with me from place to place, listening to the radio. I love it.
From flower bed to the side of the pond, you're sorting out all of that. There's a soundtrack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what's this about the social media trend of touching grass? I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, touching grass. I think it's such a good expression. It's literally what it says. It's just about going out there and feeling the blades of grass under your fingers or under your feet if you're barefoot. And I think it really grounds you. It just kind of earths you and makes you feel connected to nature and what's going on around you. And at the end of the day, then that's a really lovely feeling. And there's nothing like the smell of grass. These freshly mown lawns is such a lovely smell. Early in the morning, maybe before you go to work, maybe go out in the garden then and appreciate that.
You can enjoy the morning dew on the grass.
Yeah. Honestly, it's lovely. I sometimes get up purposely early before the rest of the family wake up, before the chaos kicks off. But yeah, touching grass is about, don't look at the screens, feel the grass instead, and you'll feel better for it.
Yeah, I think that is, when the sun is out, it is difficult to see your phone screen anyway. That is nature telling you, hang on, look at me.
Yeah, good point. Absolutely.
Okay, so you've got a busy schedule. I mean, have you started the gardening for this year yet? Or are you doing it, fitting it around work?
Oh yeah, no, I mean the gardening now is just beginning to pay off. So this is all the hard work that I've done from, October, November time. So I mean, the weather has been really atrocious when it got to January and February, and it was really cold and blowy, and it was very difficult to get out there. But you have to do that. You have to get out there and work really hard, and then it just pays dividends. So now is when you sit back and you go, yeah, it was worth it.
And if you were going to have a sort of festival in your garden, I mean, with your mates, you could probably invite the acts over to play in your garden. So who would you ideally, realistically, using your phone book that you could ask, scrounge on the phone, ring them, get them over, or who would your ideal act be?
Yeah, realistically, I wouldn't be able to get anybody. Maybe a bit of Coldplay in the garden would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Just to take them away from those massive stadiums and just to bring them into the garden would be quite nice. Yeah. I've had Snow Patrol play on the show at one point, and they were in my garden. And Jonah Louie doing You'll Always Find Me in the Kitchen at Parties. I think we had that happen once. So I have had the odd person round, but I wouldn't mind Coldplay playing. Maybe Radiohead, Self-Esteem. I don't know.
Well, as long as you've got an appropriate barbecue that caters for everybody's needs as well at the same time, get the rest of the family to sort that out. You introduce the acts on in your own garden. I think that would work wonderfully, wouldn't it?
It would. I would. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing the barbecue. I'll let somebody else do that. But
but get the acts to bring a trowel and a bottle of Miracle Grow and make sure they look after your plants at the same time.
That's the thing to do. Will Young is really into his gardening. I could get him to do that. Maybe Alex James. Maybe we'll have a blur gig in the garden. That would be my ideal.
Yeah, that's working. Bit of coffee and TV in the house, and outside Blur in the garden. That could work.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunday. That's another good one for them, isn't it? That works for a gardening song.
Yeah, and then Universal as well. Can you imagine how nice that would sound as it got dark, as the sunset?
Yeah, beautifully chilled.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely loving it. Where can we go for more information on the survey?
Just don't actually go on your screens. We would like to encourage you not to go to your screens and look it all up, but just to go out into your garden or into some green space that you can find and enjoy nature. Feel the grass, touch grass, and feel so much better for it. That's what I want you to do.
Okay, then nip to your local garden centre, pick up some Miracle Grow, make sure your plants look fantastic.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
That's allowed. Jo Wiley, lovely to speak to you. Thank you for joining us. Have a great summer of gardening, gigging, and trying to coerce pop acts to turn up and play to your home.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Thank you, Jason. Nice to talk to you.
And you, ciao for now. From Monday the 14th through to Thursday the 17th of April, there's some very special workshops taking place with Central Youth Theatre, determined to inspire the youth of our city and beyond into the wonderful world of the arts. It's all going on down at the new Hampton Arts Centre itself. To tell us more, I'm joined now by Megan Parker. Hello.
Hiya, thank you for having me on today.
Well, good to talk to you. So, these sessions are going to run from 10 a.m. through till 3 p.m. on each of the designated days, and there are various themes. So, tell us a bit about what you've got in store.
Yeah, so each day has a different theme, which is really exciting. So, our first day is about Harry Potter. And so, throughout the day, we'll have lots of different activities and games, and each young person will be put into their houses. So, Gryffindor, Slytherin, all keeping with the theme. And then at the end of the day, we'll have a short performance shared back to friends and family. And then the second day is our Spring into Drama themed day. And that's basically all around spring, and we'll have an egg hunt, we'll have craft activities. So it's a really nice kind of cheery day. And the aim is really to build confidence, creativity, teamwork and skills throughout all the days as well. Our third day, which is on the 16th of April, is themed around mysteries, detectives, and spies. So, if anybody's an upcoming detective and thinks they've got some skills to solve any mysteries, that would be fantastic to come along. And throughout the day, we'll have some mysteries to be solved, and they'll also be creating their own mysteries as well. And on the fourth day is a Disney themed day, which I think might be my favourite.
I'd guessed that already. Don't worry, I had guessed that. I could tell you were building up to it.
Yeah, I know. So we'll be exploring our favourite characters, favourite films, and once again at the end of the day, we'll have a short performance for friends and family as well. So a jam-packed 4 days.
Yeah, now this nearly a full week of drama sessions is aimed at kids between 7 and 12, and it costs £30 per child per day. But there are discounted rates too, aren't there? Because if you do the whole week, you can get all 4 days for £100, or if you're only choosing like 2 days or something,
Yeah.
there's a sibling discount as well. If you bring two kids or more, then it's £25 per day per child.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's a great way of doing it, good value. And I think it's just quite exciting to get them involved in something which is just that little bit different. It's not just going out and maybe playing football for a change. It's something that they can't necessarily do when they're on their own.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a chance to meet new young people who might be interested in the same kind of things and the same themes on different days as well. And it's really a chance to kind of work as a team throughout the day and build that confidence and that creativity that they might not be able to do in different settings as well. So it's really great for skill enhancement and working together, which is really lovely.
So it's going to be good fun and educational, but they won't realise it.
No.
But also the chance to get involved, and you never know, they might want to then become members of Central Youth Theatre itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And we work on lots of different shows throughout the year, and we have our junior section, which is for ages 7 to 12 as well. So there's lots to get involved in throughout the year, not just on the Easter school.
No, because there's membership from the ages of 4 through to 25, and this is,
Yeah.
I mean, the theatre group itself's been going on for more than 40 years now, and it's just, it's one of the jewels in the crown of our city, and the number of alumni. I mean, having been here for 40 years, there are people who are, in all sorts of shows. It's not impossible. There are actors who are out there because of Central Youth Theatre thinking about retiring soon.
Yeah, potentially, I believe so.
But there's some amazing stars, and even on TV today, including various people who are still part of the Central Youth Theatre itself.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some amazing people that have come through the youth theatre. So you never know. You could come along to an Easter school and it could take you all the way through to your career.
You never know. It could be a starting point. And what else does go on during your standard day-to-day Central Youth Theatre stuff? Which just takes place during the evenings in the week?
Yeah, so we have lots of different groups. We have a Wednesday junior group and a Sunday junior group, and they're working towards their show called Eclipse at the moment. We have an acting up group, which is a group for disabled young people that rehearse on a Thursday, and they've actually got their show this week at the Newhampton Arts Centre, and that's Sherlock Holmes, Hound of the Baskervilles, so that's very exciting. And on a Sunday, we have all our senior groups as well, so there's lots going on all throughout the week.
So plenty to keep everybody busy. But to say the main thing at the moment is you're currently taking bookings for, and you need to get in there quick for the Easter events 14th through to the 17th. So it's the Monday through to was it Maundy Thursday, that one, isn't it? So
Monday to Thursday,
yeah, so that's what we're looking at here. The classes take place 10 through till 3:30, and as you said, there is the opportunity to see a performance at the end most days. 7 through till 12 is the age group. All we need to know now is how people get in touch and book.
Yeah, so to get involved, you can email admin@centralyouththeatre.org or visit our social media pages as well. There's lots of information on there.
Yeah, so the likes of CYT_Wolves on X. Central Youth Theatre is what you're searching for on Facebook. Instagram, Central Youth Theatre, all as one word, and you can see what's going on there. But these courses sound absolutely brilliant. We say £30 per child per day, a discounted rate if you take the whole weeks for only £100, saving you 20 quid, which is brilliant. And then that sibling discount, which sort of mirrors that, it's £25 per day per child for 2 or more siblings attending at the course of their choice or your choice, depending on whether you think they should be part of the mystery and detective series, or it could be Disney days for them, or possibly if that's springing into drama, or the Harry Potter days there. All those details, once again, via your socials and online, and it's just an amazing group to be part of, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much fun.
Well, Megan Parker from Central Youth Theatre, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Even as we speak, Cirquoise is being built here at the Albrighton Garden Centre, running through from the 12th through to the 27th of April. It's going to be an Easter extravaganza, a spring spectacular circus. To tell us more about what's going on, I have Ring Mistress Angel and Salvatore, who is going to be performing as part of the show. How are we doing?
Hello, thank you.
Good, thank you.
Okay, so first, I'm good, and I'm looking forward to the show. Basically, it's exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting, except right now it's not quite looking like the finished circus, but in a couple of days' time it will be a completely different sight.
Yeah, this is all part of the build process, and this is the fact that people don't realise the work that goes in behind the scenes when you're taking something like the circus out on the road. And so you haven't done this long, have you, Andrew? You're just a young thing. Salvatore's been doing this for years, haven't you?
Yes, there you go.
You're both hugely experienced, aren't you?
Oh yes, of course, yeah. All our life.
Yeah, so I'm
Angel is 10th generation.
So
yeah.
it's been in my blood the whole all life.
But you've grown up doing this, and just to be able to take it out on the road and enjoy a show. And back in the Midlands, I mean, last time I met up, you were over in Wolverhampton. Today at Albrighton, literally just down the road. So the Wolverhampton audiences are going to be here for you. So what acts have you got lined up?
Oh, there is definitely something for everyone. We've got hula hoop artists, jugglers, a comedy pizza act is like the new pizza spinning act.
Got hand balancers, and then Mr. Salvatore, he does a aerial performance on this rope up here, right in the roof of the big top. So that's a death-defying one, that one.
And this is what it's about, though, isn't it? It's about showing skill. It's all about the human body and bringing it to life as part of the entertainment. And I think you guys, I say, born into this, working through this, and loving every minute of it, but keeping yourselves fit, having an amazing time, and just impressing audiences.
I think people only see the few minutes that when you're actually performing, but what people don't see is the years and years that go into dedication and like the training to perfect the skill. So I think that when you think about something like that, that makes it that bit more like amazing.
But I mean, as ring mistress as well, I mean, you get to have fun with the audience too, and I think that's another important part of it, isn't it? Because it's about the audience interaction. They are part of the show just by the noise they make.
I'll be completely honest, one of my favourite parts about doing it and doing the job is when something like, for example, when he is doing his big scary drops, I don't really like to look sometimes, but I like to look at people's faces, and when you watch them get like the fear in their eyes and just when their heart's racing, it's magical. It's really
edge of your seat stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, you buy your seat, but you're not on it most of the time because you're there at the edge trying to work out what's going to happen and how the show's going to work.
No, but people's reactions it's phenomenal to see.
But this is, I say, it's a big family show, something for absolutely everybody, and I think again it's great to see and support something like this back out on the road, not only for supporting the artists, but also the fact that this is proper traditional entertainment.
Yes, it's been going over 250 years. It's like part of the culture, and it's been born in England. It's like they established from London, really, isn't it?
But artists from all over the world.
Yes.
And I think, again, that it shows the quality of the show that we're seeing. And just being stood here in the big top in the centre, I mean, this is phenomenal in itself. It is just the feeling you get being stood here, and that must never get tired. You must enjoy it every time.
Yes.
I think the sound of the applause, it has like an electric feel to it. It's like a magical feeling when you stood and you're looking at people. When they're clapping, it is something you can't beat. It's an unmatchable feeling.
Yeah, it's the comments at the end of the show as well, like when they enjoy the show, and it just makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the audience will feel amazing. They're going to have a great time with it. Not only can you come down and see the show, you'll have all sorts of food outlets too, so you can absolutely make a night of it, can't you?
Yes. Yes, we've got the cafe right there. There's a hot and cold
Not
drink.
looking as glamorous.
It is
Popcorn
it's
candy
just resting
floss.
at the moment, isn't it?
The nachos, you got all the traditional donuts, everything.
Hot dogs, bit of everything, yeah.
Yeah, so
Everything for everyone.
a proper night out.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does it work? What time are the shows, and how do people get tickets?
So the show times are a little bit different. There are shows every day apart from the Monday, the 14th of April and the 22nd of April. There's no performances on that Monday and then that Tuesday. But there's performances every day from 10:30 to 2:30 and 4:30. They change a little bit every day, you see. So
But you can check all that on the website?
all on
Yes,
the website.
all
yeah.
here on
Which
the
is?
website. It's on the Albrighton Garden Centre website.
Okay, so just click along.
Leaflets are everywhere. You can scan the barcode and you can go straight to book your tickets.
So absolutely a fantastic family time, enjoying Easter, having a brilliant time with it, and obviously there's going to be the entertainment, the acts, but is there also a clown as well that we can expect?
There is, yeah. He's a comedy character, so he's not like a typical scary clown, but he's good. He's funny.
So comedy,
Loads of surprises.
entertainment, surprises, and most of all, a brilliant family time over Easter, because you guys get to split it with your families as well, which is the other good part as well, isn't it? So that all wonderfully works. So you're looking for the Albrighton Garden Centre's website, check out the details there, or if you're popping into the garden centre itself, you'll be able to ask about tickets that way, and come along and enjoy Cirquoise, the amazing spring spectacular circus taking place over the Easter break down here in Albrighton. Have a brilliant time. I think as it's theatre-esque, I have to say break a leg, although we obviously really don't want you to, on the grounds that it's not that sort of show. But have a brilliant one, Angel, Salvatore.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
for
very
coming.
much. Thank you.
Now, the Wolverhampton Sketchers group have an exhibition at the Central Library in Wolverhampton from the 14th through to the 26th of April. To tell us more, I'm joined now by Graham Stubbs and also by Ralph Alders. Good afternoon to you both.
Hi. Good afternoon.
So first of all, Graham, tell us a bit about how this exhibition came about.
So the Wolverhampton Sketchers, it's a group that's been running in the city for a couple of years, I think. And I don't think there's been a group exhibition recently, but there's a really good space in the library that we wanted to put up an exhibition to show some of our work locally.
Sounds brilliant. And Ralph, when it comes to putting work together for the Sketchers group, I know you're often a painter, Graham's often a photographer, but sketching is something, because at least in your world of painting, sketching is where you start. It's just maybe not where you would normally end up.
I suppose so, yes. I mean, some of the time I do. Sketching, drawing, whatever you want to call it, is the most basic artistic activity, and it can be a toddler can sketch, but also sketching, drawing can be high art, and there's such a range, and it is very simple. All you need to sketch is something to make a mark with. Really, anybody can do it, which is wonderful. It's also good for the mental health as well.
I think it is, and it's having that creative outlet that is the thing for many people. And Graham, how do you feel this works for you from a creative point of view compared to photography? Because they're two very different, but have the same sort of outcome. It is something for someone to take a moment to read, look at a picture, and look over it on a wall. But the detail that you put into a sketch can sometimes be an impression rather than the finer detail you'd get in a photo.
Yeah, so photography is my real passion and sketching is my relaxation. But I think sketching definitely helps you to look at things in more detail, which then feeds into the way that I take photographs as well. So the two work together really well.
Feeding into each other. So Rob, tell us about the work that you're exhibiting as part of this event coming up at the Central Library.
Well, the work that I'm exhibiting is going to be from all sorts of different things, really, that I've drawn and sketched. And I guess it will be also other members of the group will be a mixture of things that they've sketched and drawn at our meetings. We have regular meetings in cafes and so on. We had one at St Peter's this morning. I think that's still going on actually. So it'll be a variety of different things. But usually when you're sketching, you're observing something. It's you're just drawing what's in front of you, and you're intending to. The interesting thing is that given the same object to draw, given the same scene, no two people will create the same sketch. They'll always be completely different, and it's an entirely individual thing. And that's where much of the interest lies. Really, is that it's different people expressing themselves very differently.
And it's a really diverse group with a lot of range of different styles of like watercolor, pencil sketching, pens. So really kind of diverse group.
And is there something from all 14 members going to be on display?
There will be, yes.
Yeah. And is there a limit to the amount of things that people could put in? Because it'd be great to maybe see, as you say, everybody's take from a still life session or a life drawing session as an array of pictures together. I mean, that maybe if you're not doing it now, could be interesting for a future exhibition.
Yeah. I think it'll be a lot of different subjects. It's kind of constrained by the space we've got in the library. We're going to squeeze as much in as we can.
Yeah, it'll be on the first floor of the library, and it's there's a sort of a series of cabinets up there. So it is really the space that'll limit it, because I'm sure that the majority of people that sketch, people tend to be compulsive sketchers and produce a lot of work over a period.
And sketching always sort of feels like it's somewhere between A6 and A4 very often, rarely A3. But yeah, the sketches can be any size effectively, can't they?
Yes, and very often are. I mean, again, it's a space issue. I quite often I do life drawings, which are probably more developed than sketching, and I'm working at sort of A2 or A1 most of the time. But when I'm sketching, I'm working at something like A5 or a little square thing. Usually not more than about 300 mil square, I would say.
Mm-hmm. It's often like it was the Polaroid picture of its day, wasn't it? Sketching before we had these things, as a quick impression of what was going on. And again, it has its own trade as well. I mean, sketching, the art that is produced by things like court reporting, and to this day is still done either in pastels or as a sketch or using charcoal, something like that. And it is interesting to see that tradition's been kept on. And something like the sketching group in Wolverhampton, it's just great for the concept of people getting together and having a chance to be creative in this way. And Graham, I know that you've also got an exhibition of photography coming up. That's actually taking place, from the 28th of April through to the 10th of May?
That's correct, yes.
I think the same sort of space up there in the library?
It'll be the display cases at the top of the stairs in the central library. That's a project that I'm working on. It's called We Are Wolverhampton, but I'm producing a portrait of the city. So taking pictures of different people who have got connections to Wolverhampton, and also some kind of interesting behind the scenes things in the city that people might not normally see.
Well, let's see if we can talk about that one closer to the time and get that shared on our socials too. But for now, how do people get to see this exhibition? I take it they can just turn up during Central Library's opening hours?
Yeah, it's just the normal opening hours at the library. There's free to get in, no tickets, nothing to book.
And if people want to get involved in the Sketchers group?
They can find us on Facebook. We're not a formal group. We don't have a president and a chairman and things like that. We just turn up. We meet at places like Katie's Cafe, and we're at St Peter's today. Generally speaking, people want to contact us. They can either find us around the place or find us on Facebook.
Anywhere there's cake and HB pencils, you'll be there.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
If you look on Facebook at Wolverhampton Sketchers, that'll find us.
Yeah.
Graham and Ralph from Wolverhampton Sketchers, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's never too early for an Easter egg, as 7 million people admit to indulging in an Easter egg for breakfast on Easter morning. I maybe started that a little bit earlier this year, to be fair. To tell us more about the wonderful world of chocolate and when we should be eating it, I'm joined now by Chantal Cody, OBE, author and chocolatier. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jason.
Now, we all love a good chocolate egg, and I know that you're responsible for some absolutely amazing ones. But, I mean, a fifth of us believe that the ultimate way to eat your Easter egg is to take a bite straight from the egg whole. there's all sorts of etiquette when it comes to Easter eggs. Please tell us more.
Well, I think anyone can do exactly what they want, but I was quite surprised to hear that. I suppose I'm more used to eggs that come in two halves, but if you've got a massive one that's stuck together, well, yeah, you can definitely do that, but it's actually quite difficult. I tried myself when my samples arrive first of all, and they're really, it's especially the dark chocolate one because the texture is actually much firmer than the milk chocolate.
Yeah, because I mean, chocolate eggs are an absolute delicacy, and I know we all love them. The crazy number that we eaten this year, it's 3 to 4 eggs each, and I have to admit I've already exceeded that so far this year because you have to test these things, and it's 205 million Easter eggs in the UK alone. Those are fantastic numbers, aren't they?
It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
So when it comes down to creating the perfect Easter egg, how do we go about it? This is just between you and me. I mean, we're not going to share too many trade secrets with anybody else, but how does it work to get the egg just right?
Well, obviously the science behind it means that the tempering has to be perfect, so you get that lovely crispy snap. You have to actually make sure that it's the temperature you like it, because some people love it straight from the freezer. Others prefer it room temperature. Some even melt it by dipping it into a cup of tea or coffee. So there are many, many different ways that people enjoy their eggs.
Yeah, well, I mean, 32% of egg fanatics are admitting to secretly swiping someone else's Easter egg as well. And somebody else's Easter egg probably tastes even better than your own, doesn't it?
I'm sure it does. And I must admit, I used to always have my eye on my sister's Easter egg.
I'm from an age where we used to get names on Easter eggs, and therefore that sort of laid claim to ensure you knew it was definitely your egg that was because it was iced onto it. But I think again, Easter eggs there's a lot of different chocolates out there. There's more variations than ever this year, and when it comes to getting quality, I think we need to select carefully, don't we?
Well, I think the Tesco Finest range have actually got an amazing dark chocolate which has got orange in it, and I particularly love that one. It's very, very smooth and rich, and apparently that is the go-to flavor when people are pairing chocolate with flavors. And the other ones which I think are fantastic are the sea salt pretzel egg with milk chocolate. I think that's an absolute winner. And then the very dark milk chocolate, which is 48% cocoa, which normally, that's about double what you'd expect in milk chocolate. So there's a wonderful range of eggs out there.
Yeah, and we're talking proper gourmet, aren't we? And I know that Tesco's are having a bit of an event with a one-day only gourmet tasting experience in central London. And I think once people have done that they're going to be even more amazed at the quality of the chocolate eggs that are out there this year.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. There's some great surprises. It's going to be multi-sensory experience. We're going to have some blindfolds and surprise flavor pairings going on there.
So work out what flavor the actual egg is itself. But how do you eat yours? I mean, I know that's a phrase that's used for a certain brand of chocolate egg, but you've talked about people popping them in the freezer. For me, I do like it to be a little chilled, but I like, you talked about having eggs in two halves. My favorite way was, as a kid, wandering around the garden, sort of nibbling on the edges of this half a chocolate egg. And I used to enjoy the fact that things like chocolate buttons always just came in little brown cellophane wrappers inside, so that you knew you got a full portion size. But what's your favorite way of consuming your chocolate?
Well, I think for me, dark is always better than milk for an egg, because you get that amazing crispy snap with it. And also just have a little bit at a time, break off small pieces, allow them to melt in your mouth, eat them slowly. In a way, allow your brain to catch up with the sensory experience that's going on, and you'll find it really satisfying.
And I always think chocolate that's been wrapped in tin foil tastes better, as it's almost been allowed to breathe, hasn't it? I know most of our chocolate snacks these days turn up wrapped in plastic. It's not even wax paper as it used to be when I was little. And but I think the foil, the way it's wrapped, the fact it has air inside it as well, is something that brings that whole chocolate sort of taste to life.
Yeah, and actually the Tesco range has no plastic at all. It's cardboard, which you can recycle. So I was very impressed by that.
Yep. So let's get our environmental credentials in, get those eggs sorted, and enjoy the fact that the egg is just strong structure. You were saying earlier on about someone biting into it. I can't see how you do that. And I mean, the little ones, the sort of cream egg size things, they go in whole. But the bigger ones, you can't do it. You've got to approach it, safely, sometimes with an implement to get through that glorious chocolatiness to whatever's hidden inside.
Indeed, and implements will be involved on the day with the pop-up restaurant.
So there'd be a way to make sure that you get your egg the way you need it in suitable bite-sized pieces. But it's the way, I think, that the curvature on the tongue as well, because again, another way I enjoy doing it, cool chocolate on the tongue, cup of tea, and allow it to sort of infuse as it all comes together.
Yes, absolutely. And some people, maybe slightly later in the day, might enjoy it with a Prosecco or Malbec.
I think, again, that's probably dark chocolate that goes better with the Malbec.
Not necessarily. So I think sometimes dark chocolate has tannins which fight with red wine, and the milk chocolate's a bit softer. So I think each person will experience it in a slightly different way.
And I'm looking forward to the fact that you're going to go out there and educate the world on chocolate eggs, enjoy the fantastic finest range from Tesco, and then make Easter even more special. It's going to be brilliant, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
Well, you have a great time doing that. Where can we go to find out about the full range of Easter eggs which are available via Tesco?
Well, I think the website's a good place to start, or your local Tesco.
I think pop in, see what they've got, look at the club card prices on them, because I've already done my shopping that way, and enjoy whatever egg takes your fancy. And I think the rules are, when you're buying them for the rest of the family, you also have to put one in for yourself, don't you?
Yes, I think that's absolutely right. Make sure there's enough to go around.
That's the way to do it. Where can we see your work and your amazing chocolatiering?
Well, I'm these days, I have my Chocolate Detective, which is mainly online. And I also have Cocoa Farm on the island of Grenada, where we are going to visit in a few weeks' time. So that's a fantastic place where actually the cocoa stays on the island and gets transformed into chocolate. So that's the really, really new way of doing things.
Well, I'll be looking for a little visit over there. If you want me to come do a radio show over there with you, that'd be brilliant. Just let me know. That'd be fantastic. Have a great time. Have a great Easter. Enjoy your chocolate tasting with Tesco's. Chantal Cody, OBE, author and chocolatier. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
That's it all for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Back with episode 825 next week. I'll see you then. Ta-ra for now.
Goodbye from the milk bar. 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 Yeah. Goodbye from the milk bar. Yeah.